Okay, so I'm going to show you big toe extension, Pails and Rails. So if you don't have the ability to lift your big toe all by itself, then this is something that's really important to work on. So what this does is it applies isometrics into the lengthened tissue and into the shortened tissue to enable you to eventually get that big toe extension. So what I've got here is I'm just using a box, but if you're at home, I'd recommend to use a door frame. That's a really good thing to try. So I'm going to take only my big toe onto the box. So if you're doing, say for example, your left foot, then you can use kind of the right side of the door frame. My other 4 toes are on the floor and the ball of my foot and the rest of my foot. The only thing that's really touching the box is my big toe. Okay, so I'm going to apply that pressure into my toe. Now, our Pails contraction, which is using the lengthened tissue, so that's all of the tissue on the underside of the foot, I'm going to push that toe into the box or into the door frame, whatever you're using at home. And then the Rails contraction is me attempting to lift my toe off the box. Now, where I'm feeling this is on the top side, so on the shortened side of the tissue, okay? Now remember, with isometrics, this is tissue training, not movement training. So if you are able to lift your toe off the box or off the wall, you need to bring it into more extension, so into a deeper range. For example, if it's just here and I can lift it off, I'm not further enough forward. You can stand, you can kneel, it doesn't matter, as long as you get that stretch here. Now, if we are expanding range of motion, we have to hold this for a 2-minute stretch first. That's the most important thing. Okay, so make sure you come into position, hold this for a 2-minute stretch first. If we want to create any kind of adaptations in the tissue, we need to hold this for 2 minutes first, and then we can start our contractions. So that's the most important thing first. So say, for example, you've held this for 2 minutes. I'll pretend that I've already held this for 2 minutes as well. I'm going to start to drive this toe in towards the bench. So I'm going to take a big deep breath in, pack that air down, squeeze through my body, and I'm going to start to drive that toe into the box at 20% effort. Okay, so that should just feel like a very light effort. I'm then going to double that effort and take it up to 40% push. Then 60, then 80, and then I want to go as hard as I can. So I'm going to squeeze through, give it everything I've got, push that toe into the box for 10 seconds. Then I'm going to go straight into my Rails contraction of trying to lift that off. So now I'm squeezing the top side of the tissue as hard as I can for 10 seconds. Then I'm going to relax once that 10 seconds over. If you need to come a little bit deeper in that stretch, come a little bit deeper, hold it here, relax the breathing. It's really important that if we are trying to expand range of motion, 2 things. 1, you hold it first for 2 minutes, and 2, that you go at your greatest, safest effort. If you have any kind of pinching pain, or this is uncomfortable to be in this position, it's really important to not push through pain. And even if just holding this stretch feels like enough at the moment, just come into this stretch as often as possible, hold it for as long as possible, and then the isometrics can be something that you start to add in once that feels a little bit more comfortable. Okay, when we transition between Pails and Rails, it's a straight transition. So we build up that intensity for our for our Pails contraction, and then the Rails we go straight into max effort when we're squeezing that shortened tissue. Okay, and then make sure you relax, hold this stretch for a little while afterwards. If you can go again, I would recommend 2 or 3 rounds of this. As time goes on, you can build up that intensity, and it will become stronger and stronger each time. Okay. Please refer to my video for toe cars, because it's really important to do your toe cars prior and after doing this, and not just come in straight into doing a Pails and Rails set. We need to make sure that we warm up that tissue with cars first, and then we lock in that new range of motion with toe cars afterwards. Okay, so that's your big toe extension, pails and rails.